7.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in our headlines, prices of petroleum products expected to go down at all pump stations beginning today, October 16. And Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta targets the completion of negotiations with Eurobond investors and private external creditors by the end of this year. Also in this bulletin, hotels and recreational businesses along the Volta Lake count their losses as a result of the water spillage from the Akonsombo Hydro Dam. And we have details from the Ghana Hotels Association. These and more shortly. Thanks very much for your company. I am Pius Kujubaka. Let's now settle for the details. Prices of petroleum products are expected to go down at all pump stations beginning today, October 16, for the next pricing window. Prices are projected to witness between 2 and 6% reduction. According to the Institute for Energy Security, the reduction reflects international market dynamics. Nana Amwesi VII is the executive director.
Following the significant fall in the price of gasoline, gas oil, and LPG on the world market by 12.94%, 6.49%, and 9.40% respectively, the Institute for Energy Security is projecting a price reduction for these key petroleum products on the domestic fuel market to reflect international market dynamics. But for the significant depreciation of the Ghana cedi against the greenback on the domestic forest market, the expected price reduction could have been greater. In spite of the dip in the value of the Ghana cedi, consumers can expect price reductions ranging between 2% and 6%.
Nana Amwesi VII is the executive director of IES speaking there. Now, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has targeted the completion of negotiations with Eurobond investors and private external creditors by the end of this year. The minister's comments are coming as the country formally opens negotiations with these partners today in restructuring the external debt. Speaking on a yet-to-be-aired PM Express Business Edition, Mr. Ofori-Atta said the investors will accept Ghana's offer based on the country's proposal.
At the end of the day, what do you want? You want a country in which, when this restructuring is done, will get off its feet quicker and be able to fulfill the terms of the understandings that we'll reach. And I think we are proving that we have the mettle. I'm sure most people were expecting to be way sometime next year, that world, but I think we'll be able to do it before year end.
You're offering to them that you think that they will agree to your proposal?
We as a country have done our part of the domestic debt exchange, and it wasn't an inconsequential act. We have fulfilled all these quantitative performance criteria, indicative targets, and structural benchmarks, so that commitment is there, and we have worked with speed. So that's what we are offering. We are saying that in addition to that, growth agenda is being prepared so that productivity and growth may even be better than what is programmed.
Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta speaking on a yet-to-be-aired PM Express Business Edition come Thursday. Do make a date. Now, the Ghana Hotels Association has announced that the hospitality industry in the Volta and Eastern regions have been heavily impacted as a result of the spillage of the Akonsombo and Kpone dams. According to the association, most of the recreational areas and hotels along the Volta Lake have been badly affected, forcing them to shut down. Speaking to Joy Business, president of the association, Dr. Edward Akanyamike Jr. expressed worry patronage will drop drastically, thereby affecting their profit margins.
Well, the impact has been mainly on the some of the operational areas, especially the sitting areas. So far, we are yet to receive any report on the water getting into the rooms, which we are grateful now, but the outdoor sitting areas have been largely affected, and it has generally affected patronage at these hotels for obvious reasons, because our guests are also glued to the various media handles, and once they are aware that these flood is going on in the area, certainly it will affect the patronage there. From Volta region, so far the only report we've received is from Hotel Cisneros.
Dr. Edward Akanyamike Jr. is the president of the Ghana Hotels Association there. Now, let's go back to some IMF stories we have for you. Zambia, which recently secured a deal with China and other external creditors under an IMF deal, has advised Ghana to take steps to ensure measures have been put in place to prevent future accumulation of debts. This, the Southern African country says, will secure the Ghana's financing assurance from its bilateral creditors by next month. Zambia managed to secure a memorandum of understanding with China and 20 other countries after 9 months. Finance Minister Sithombeku Musoko Tuwani was responding to a question by Joy Business at a news conference by the African finance ministers at the just-ended IMF World Bank annual meetings in Marrakesh, Morocco.
To get the support of the international community, lenders and other people, obviously they must come to the conclusion that you are worthy of their support. You are willing to take steps to assist yourself. Otherwise, what would be the point in assisting anyone who is not serious? So we concluded we needed to undertake reform of making sure that we don't allow a further reoccurrence of debt in the future. So we put a law in Parliament which tied my hands to say, going forward, you cannot be as like those in the past. So we tied our hands for Parliament to have more power and the restrictions on borrowing. We also say to ourselves, money is now limited. This money is going to be spent on the most critical of all interventions, making sure that no one is left behind.
Sithombeku Musoko Tuwani is the Zambian finance minister. A while longer in Morocco, and the government will soon roll out a new program specifically targeted at creating more jobs and sustaining the expansion of the economy. The Growth and Jobs program is expected to secure cabinet approval this week to help guide its implementation. Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah has been giving more details about this initiative to Joy Business in Morocco on the sidelines of the annual IMF World Bank spring meetings.
The President has asked for a jobs and growth plan to be submitted to him. I know the Ministry of Finance and the related ministries have done a lot of work on it. It should be signed on the cost of living side, which has been one of our biggest challenges as a country in the last about 1.5 years or so. The central bank is continuing with its tightening policy. They've been quite clear about that. It's helping on the non-food side, and the rail sector side, led by Agric Ministry and Transport Ministry, are also working to ensure that on the food side, they can also help to bring it down.
Why this? Because some will say that the policies are already there.
If that was to hold, then no government will even prepare an economic program or a budget. You need to always be examining the results from what you are doing and seeing what you can do more of, which is working, and stop doing what is not working. It's in that context that growth programmed at 1.5, the president said, I need this thing to move faster, because growth comes with jobs, usually, and jobs bring incomes to people. Incomes allow people to have a higher quality of life. So the president says, I'm seeing 1.5, can we do better than 1.5?
Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah speaking to Joy Action by 308,000 hectares by 2028.
The PFJ 2.0 will work. Let me give you 3 examples of the interventions that we are putting in place to make it happen. For poultry, whilst we consume 324,000 metric tons, we are only able to produce just about 15,000 metric tons, implying a woeful self-sufficiency of under 5%. In our 5-year plan, we will move our self-sufficiency from 5% to 7% by the end of 2023 and to 13% by 2024, and progressively attain full self-sufficiency of 110% by 2028.
Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Brian E. Champon there. Now, for your pension tip on Money Lab, we discuss how to deal with the refusal of a fund manager to pay accrued benefits.
Hello, my name is Kofi Poli, Chief Operations Officer of People's Pension Trusts. Welcome to Money Lab. We are continuing with our pension team based on Money Lab. In our previous episode, we talked about monitoring your pension plan. Today, we are going to look at another question that has come out strongly, and that is refusal to pay accrued benefits. Under no circumstance should a corporate trustee or any entity running a pension scheme refuse to pay benefits to the member. Once that happens, my advice is that report this incident to National Pension Security Authority. They have a complaints unit that will deal with it. Thank you for being with us throughout the pension team base on Money Lab.
And before we go, the EcoBank salary account is a special account designed for workers of all income brackets desirous of receiving their salaries through EcoBank. With the EcoBank salary account, you are guaranteed all the benefits of a normal savings or current account plus many more. EcoBank salary account gives workers free life insurance cover of up to 10,000 cedis, 24/7 access to cash and e-banking services, internet and mobile banking services, high interest on savings, no minimum balance, ability to save through the EcoBank Save As You Spend, a unique feature that helps customers to save and invest. Remember, the insurance policy covers death, permanent or temporary disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and more. Savings or current account holders at EcoBank do not have to close their existing accounts to enjoy the numerous benefits of the EcoBank salary account. Just ask your branch to switch your existing account to the EcoBank salary account. Non-EcoBank account holders should approach any EcoBank branch and ask for the EcoBank salary account. Switch your salary account today and enjoy amazing benefits at EcoBank. Call EcoBank toll free on 0800 003 225 whenever, wherever for further details. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Ignition is next. To enjoy, I am Pius Kojubaka. Always a pleasure.